I know there are people who's been cheated on and got hurt from discovering that their partner wasn't loyal, but I believe my case is even worse. And that's because my husband was upfront that he was going to cheat before he even had an affair. Allow me to cheat just for a night, since my ex-girlfriend asked me to spend the night with her. That's what he said. When I responded with, fine, he was thrilled. Thanks! Honesty is indeed the best policy when married. Well, just as my husband said, honesty is the best policy. So I decided to live my life honestly too, just like him. Whatever happens to him, it's not my business anymore. I am Catherine. My boyfriend, whom we'll call Bob, is pretty blunt and can't lie. Plus, he can't refuse anyone when asked a favor, so he's always happy to help out others. That's also what I loved about him. I thought that if I married him, we could be a couple that trusted each other and kept no secrets, which is why I decided to get married to him. One weekend, Bob solemnly said to me, Catherine, you fell in love with my honest nature, right? Yes. That and your inability to refuse a favor, your good-natured personality. Then, Bob slowly pulled out a receipt from his wallet. I wanted to be honest with you, Catherine. I went here after work yesterday. The receipt Bob showed me was from a strip club in Manhattan. The total bill, $1,000? My client insisted on going there, so I couldn't refuse. My boss left me and went home first, so I had no choice but to pay. This is a business expense, right? That's the problem. My company doesn't encourage going out with clients. Then you should have refused to go with them. Catherine, you know I can't say no if someone asks me, right? Other guys hide stuff like this from their wives, even when things like this happen. But I want to be always honest. Catherine, that's what you want too, right? Well, it's better than finding it out later. Exactly. I knew you'd say that, Catherine. Pleased with my reaction, Bob began to shop frequently and spent lavishly. Every time he showed me a receipt and report his spending. Catherine, I saw the wallet I had been eyeing at a mall yesterday, so I went ahead and bought it. What, $500? You already have a wallet. Plus, that's of a high-end brand. I was just looking from outside the store window at first, but one of the staff noticed and lured me inside. They really pushed me to buy it, so I did. You can't spend so much, just out of impulse. But you know I can't refuse when I get offered things. Right, Catherine? And then, the next day. Catherine, this is from yesterday's night out. Huh? Isn't that quite a lot? Actually, I ended up covering for my colleagues. What do you mean? When I invited them out, they said they were broke until their next paycheck. I couldn't just let them starve, could I? But still, we're also waiting for our paycheck, you know? We both work, and you have savings too, right? You know I can't say no when people rely on me. I can't say no when people rely on me. Bob emphasized that over and over, acting as though being honest meant he could do whatever. On another day, he came to me with a troubled expression. Catherine, is it okay if I go out this weekend? Sure. What's up? Actually, my ex-girlfriend called me saying she's going through a tough time and wanted to talk about it. What? Are you going to meet her alone? Yeah. She said it's something personal. Your ex-girlfriend. The one you showed me on social media the other day, right? Her name was Alice? That's right. She was married too, wasn't she? Don't you think it's strange for her to want to meet with someone who's married too? What, do you not trust me? If I had something to hide, I wouldn't be telling you honestly like this, would I? But don't worry. Besides, I already agreed on seeing her. What? Without even asking me? She came to me for help. How could I say no? Do you think I could ever do that? Fine. Even when meeting his ex-girlfriend Alice, Bob would tell me about it up front. I knew about Alice from before, but I was anxious about letting Bob see her, considering the fact that he can't say no when asked for a favor. And sure enough, my worries came true. Late that night, I got a text from Bob. Catherine, sorry, I only got the chance to text you now. Gosh, I was so worried about you. So, when are you coming home? You'll make the last train, right? Well, it seems I won't be able to come home tonight. You can't come home? Why? Alice, she seems troubled about her husband. She doesn't want to go home tonight. She said she's told her husband that she's staying at her friend's place. I'm a little confused. So you mean she wanted to spend the night with you from the very beginning? Yeah, I guess so. She just wanted to see me today and share her thoughts. She said she wanted to spend the night with me, just like old times. Like old times? You mean when you two were dating? Isn't that cheating? But it's just for tonight, which is why I'm telling you up front. Huh? Whether it's just for a night or not, that's still cheating. But isn't it better than me being sneaky about it? I'm only saying it to you because I am sincere, Catherine. How dare you? She said I was the only one that could help her. When asked like that, I can't say no. You understand that, right? Please, just forgive me this one time. Bob was asking me to accept his cheating. How insensitive of him. As I was at a loss for words, I heard a female voice from the other end of the line that sounded like Alice. Hey, Bob, can you end the call already? Catherine, hold on for a bit. Bob hastily said to me, then started talking to Alice. He must have been in such a hurry that he forgot to put himself on mute. I could clearly hear the conversation between Bob and Alice. Bob, can you really convince your wife? Yeah, just give me another second. She knows that I can't turn down people when asked for help, and that's what she loves about me. So as long as I'm upfront about things, she'll let anything slide. She's an idiot. Really? Gosh. She's pretty dumb, huh? Right? Once I get her approval, I can do anything I want. I can meet you as much as I want, as long as I tell her beforehand. I made a wise choice of picking a dumb woman, so I can be open with my affairs. You have to thank me, you know? Bob, you're so cunning. Yeah, even with money, as long as I have some excuse, she'll let me splurge as much as I want. I'll get you some designer stuff next time. Really? Are you sure? Sure. I'll just say, a rookie begged for it and I couldn't turn him down. And she'll be fine with it. I love you, Bob. I love you too, Alice. Then go on. Convince your silly wife. Quickly. Don't worry about it. I've got this. Holding the phone, my hand started trembling uncontrollably. This was Bob's true feelings. I have been fooled by him this whole time. As I realized this, my feelings for Bob faded away in an instant. Bob got back on the phone, unaware that I had heard it all. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Catherine. Alice said she doesn't want to go home tonight. That's fine. I was just thinking about how it's important to be honest with your partner in a relationship. You can do whatever you want, honey. Thanks, Catherine. I knew you'd understand, said Bob with a happy tone, before hanging up. Right after the call ended, I called someone else. After doing everything I had to do, I was finally able to go to sleep. Bob returned home in a good mood. Catherine, I'm back. Welcome back. I see you're in a good mood. Yeah, I was just appreciating how understanding you are. If I'd come home right away, I would have felt guilty towards Alice. But I hate lying to you, Catherine. That's why I think it was right to tell you the truth. It's important to always be honest about these things. Yes, indeed. Bob, will you continue to be honest with me forever? Of course. I could never lie or keep a secret from you, Catherine. I will tell you everything honestly. No matter what happens. I hope you keep your words, baby. Just as I said that, the doorbell rang. It looks like he's here. At those words, Bob asked, "Who's here?" Without a word, I invited the visitor into our house. A man entered our living room and immediately shouted at Bob upon seeing him. "You're the one Alice is cheating on me with, aren't you?" Huh? What are you talking about? Right after Bob admitted that he was cheating on me, I texted Alice's husband. Your wife is having an affair with my husband. It seemed that Alice's husband had suspected something was off, and so he believed me without a doubt. And so he requested to speak with my husband once, and I gave him our address. Bob was flustered as he glanced at Alice's husband and me. To him, Alice's husband said, "I heard from your wife that you were with Alice last night. What's going on? Catherine said that?" Bob seemed to finally grasp the situation. He started making excuses to Alice's husband. No, you've got it all wrong. It's a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. Yes, I was indeed with Alice last night, but it was just a casual hangout, like a reunion. Nothing inappropriate happened. Without missing a beat, I chimed in. Bob, have you forgotten what you said earlier? You promised to be honest, right? You told me yesterday it's just for one night. Please forgive my affair with Alice. Didn't you? Upon hearing my words, Alice's husband became even more irate. I knew it! She was cheating on me. Bob probably realized that he couldn't get away with this, and he finally admitted to having an affair. Alice's husband was fuming, demanding for compensation as Bob repeatedly apologized. In the end, Bob had no choice but to swallow whatever conditions the man had thrown at him. Once Alice's husband had a written promise for compensation, he finally left. As soon as we were alone, Bob turned on me. Why the hell did you tell Alice's husband? Because you said we should always be honest, remember? It's not fair if I'm the only one that knows about your affair. Bob couldn't argue with that and suddenly became quiet. Just because not everyone is as understanding as you, Catherine. Anyway, what's done is done. We need to figure out how to pay off this compensation now. At this rate, we'll never be able to pay it off while maintaining our current lifestyle. He really overcharged us. Well, you had no right to refuse, did you? And it wasn't a situation where we could negotiate the amount, right? But if it's you and me, we can surely overcome this. Catherine, can you take on more work? Why should I? There's a limit to how much we can cut back on living expenses, and my company forbids having side jobs. I think the only option is for you to take on another job to pay off our compensation. That's not what I mean. I'm asking, why do I have to pay for what you did? Well, aren't we a married couple? Aren't we supposed to team up and overcome this together? Don't make me laugh. Why do I have to clean up after your mess? I am the one who got cheated on here. But you approved of me having an affair, didn't you? So you're also responsible to pay compensation. That's ridiculous. If anything, I'm the one who should be demanding alimony. You can't demand alimony while you're married to me. Yes, I can, because I have no intention of staying married to you. What? Why not? Don't you understand? Why don't you reflect on your actions? You used our money because you can't say no to people, and then you cheated on me. Do you think I'll let everything slide just because you don't hide them from me? I am tired of being with an idiot like you. I handed Bob the divorce papers I had prepared. Let's get divorced. Our marriage is over. What? But we've been doing well so far. You're the only one who thinks that. I've been keeping up with your crap and lied about my feelings all this time. From now on, I'm going to be true to my feelings and live my own life. As you said, honesty is the best policy after all. My honest feelings right now are that I want to divorce you as soon as possible. That's it. Catherine, goodbye. Wishing you the best, Mr. Honest Cheater. My bags were already packed. I said everything I wanted to say, grabbed my bags, and left the house. This house will also eventually be subject to property division. For now, I just don't want to see Bob's face anymore. With all this evidence of his affair, I'm sure I'll be able to claim alimony without any problem. It might be nice to stay at a nice place somewhere for a few days while leisurely looking for a new home. Maybe Bob was at a loss for words, because he didn't say anything that day. The next day, as soon as I got to work, I got a call from Bob. Catherine, did you talk about me at your office too? After Bob declared that he was going to have an affair, it wasn't just Alice's husband that I reached out to. I had informed everyone about Bob's affair, his workplace, parents, and relatives, and even his friends. Yes, that's right. If you want to be so honest, it's best to let everyone else know the truth, not just me. At my words, he raised his voice more than ever before. Are you kidding me? There are things that you can and can't say, right? Oh, really? I had no idea you had such standards. So, telling me honestly that you're going to cheat on me, your wife, was a good thing to do by your standards, huh? Catherine, I was wrong. I am reflecting on my actions. Help me. I've been called to the executive office first thing in the morning, and they've decided to send me off to a remote area. Oh, wow. Really? With rumors of my affair circulating throughout the company, it doesn't look like I can work at the headquarters anymore. And I have to repay the damages on top of my salary plummeting. I can't make it without you. Well, you should have thought about my feelings more then. It's too late now. What the hell? I've even apologized to you already. You're partly to blame for me being sent to the countryside. You snitched on me. So I'm not paying you any damages. Oh, wow. I thought you couldn't turn down people by nature. I am asking you to pay alimony, please. You can't turn me down, can you? It depends on the situation, you know. Well, your foolish double standard got you into this. Basically, you brought your own self down. Unfortunately, I won't withdraw my claim for damages. This is something you're legally obligated to pay. You can't avoid it. Fine. I won't ask you for anything anymore. So, you're going to pay me? We're splitting our savings in half for property settlement, so don't touch my share. I get it. I've done a lot of favors for my friends up to now. If I ask around a bit, I'm sure there'll be plenty who lend me money. I doubt that. You cheated on me. Do you really think your friends would want to lend you money to pay for alimony? I'm not going to go into that much detail. I'm just going to tell them that I need to borrow money because I'm at a tight spot. Even if you don't mention it, Everyone already knows. You... Did you tell my friends too? Well, being honest is your policy, right? Stop joking now! I guess I have no choice but to ask my mom. Your mom, huh? Don't tell me. You... Yes, of course. I told your parents everything too. I finally understood that being honest isn't always easy. I was so busy informing your workplace, friends, and parents about your affair while you were out having fun with Alice. I'm screwed! It's all over now! I could hear Bob's despair from the other end of the phone. He was facing a future of living alone in the countryside, unable to rely on anyone, and spending his days repaying damages. All of this was the result of his own actions. He fooled around doing as he pleased, under his motto of being true to oneself. On the other hand, I met another man a few years later, and was now about to get remarried. My new partner is a person who isn't afraid of turning people down, and is always considerate of my feelings. It's the bare minimum, but now that I've broken up with Bob, I finally realized the importance of having a partner that respects you. This time, it seems like I'll have a happy marriage.